Okay, this is knee rehab that I'll be going through, and specific for this is specific for a person that has had two knee replacements. Yeah, okay, all right. The first drill we're gonna deal with is the VOR. Um, you will have a pen, pencil, or anything, and you would be going rotating to the left, keeping your eyes on the target. However, I want this to be done not just sitting down. I want you to put the left leg forward. You're in a lunge and you're rotating to the left. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you a drill, what we call a knee circle, that you will be able, I would like you to progress to being able to do this drill like that. So you would here, you'd be while you're doing the knee circle. It's not as easy, but it's something you build up your coordination. So you would okay, but first start just doing it in a lunge position. You will also do it same drill, but instead of your head going this way, your head would be going while keeping your eyes on the target, up, left, and down, left. Okay? And each of those you want to be able to do 5 reps of each. The next one is where you are going to have you're going to be doing what we call near far jumps with your eyes. So your target, your close target, I'm going to use a piece of paper here, so I have some letters on it. All right. I have my close target. It will be on the right side of my body, and my far target is going to be on the right side of my body. So I'm switching my eyes from the close target to the far target, back and forth. Right? And you do that for 20 to 30 seconds. Next one is where you'll have a pen or pencil, and you're going to bring that pencil as close to your nose without it doubling. Hold it for a count of 5, and then you take it out. Bring it here. It can be blurred but not doubled. Hold it for a count of 5 seconds, and then you take it out. You do 5 of those. Okay? And the next one you're going to do is what we call vertical saccades, which means you're going to hold your fingers apart like this. Keep your chin, your head level. You just bring in your eyes down, and you're going to switch your eyes from the top finger to the bottom finger, back and forth. And you could do that for another 20 to 30 seconds. And then the next one is vertical pursuits. So you have your finger here, and using your left hand, you bring your right hand from above, right finger above your head, follow it down to the next finger, bring it back up, follow it down, follow it down. And you do that 5 times. Okay. All right. Next we're going to do is the nerve glides. I'm going to show you these glides in a seated position. And so the first one is the fibular nerve. So okay. All right. First one, you're going to pull your ankle up. So that's pulling it up. So you look from the side, you're pulling it towards the shin, and you turn it in. That's the position. Your knees are locked, and you're going to bend forward from your hips. Okay? So you pull the ankle towards your shins, rotate it in, lock your knees. You bend forward from your hips. You'll feel a little stretch. You hold that position. Then you're going to flex your neck. If you feel it more, a little more with the flexion of your neck, you hold that neck position. Then you're going to flex your neck on both sides. If you feel it more, after side bending with the flexion, you hold the neck there. And you rotate your neck towards and away. If you feel a little more when you rotate, you hold that neck position. So for me, side bend, flex, and rotation towards the left leg. Then the middle of my back, between my shoulder blades, I'll slump. If I feel it more, I side bend. If I feel it more, I rotate to see. So you want to check all those positions to see if you feel it more. Okay? Then from your lower back, below your rib cage, you'll flex, you'll slump. If you feel it more, you stay, hold that position. You side bend to see if you feel it some more, or you rotate to check. And then from that position, you're going to rotate your ankle in and out 5 times. Then holding all of those body positions, you're going to bend and straighten your knee 5 times. And then you're going to rotate your hip in and out 5 times. And that's the first one. That's what it's at. The next one is the fibular nerve. You curl your toes down, point your ankle, curl your toes down, point your ankle down and turn it in. And all of the body positions I just did with the previous nerve glide, you're going to do the same thing here again. Head, neck position, middle of the back, lower back, and then you would move at the ankle, bend and straighten the knee, and rotate at the hip. All the same instructions. Next one you're going to do is you're going to pull your ankle up and you're going to rotate your ankle. This is rotating your ankle in, and this is rotating your ankle out. And again, the same protocol. So move forward from your hip, you feel a little more stretch. You're then going to move at the neck, 3 positions, middle of your back, the lower back, and then you would then move at the ankle, move at the knee, and move rotating at the hip while making sure you keep that ankle position. Now, if you're struggling to do that, you may want to just put something there at the ankle to hold it in position so you can do this like against the wall or something like that. So you're keeping that ankle in the position throughout. The next one I wanted to do is call for muscles around the glutes. And so if I'm this one, you can do it leaning up against the wall. Right? So I'm going to show you standing, where you can lean up against the wall. Let me see. I'll do it by the door. Okay. All right. I'm going to go up against the wall. I'm going to cross my foot, pull my ankle across. I'll bend, flex at the lower back all the way, and you'll feel something in your butt right away. Then I'll rotate from the lower, just above my tailbone. I'll rotate towards the right. Hold that position there. And then I'll move my knee up towards my chest 5 times. Okay? Now, that's doing it standing. The seated version is like this. Pull that leg towards, right? Then you bend from here over the knee. You'll feel it right away in your butt. And you rotate from that area, holding, and move the knee up towards your chest 5 times. And those are the nerve glides that I would want you to do for now. Also, there's one last one I would want you to do, because in terms of inflammation, etc., this one will play a great role in alleviating, letting the flow of lymph and so on. So I'm using half of a foam roller, right? What I'm using that for, because I'm going to have my foot pulled up. So you're wanting to make sure you keep your ankle in this position throughout. So I'm using that to brace. Okay. So I put my ball of my foot up there, lock my knee. I rotate to my pelvis as much as I could to be straight. So you feel a stretch through there. I rotate my trunk. I flex all the way through my neck. And then I just go into the flexion some more over my right leg 5 times. So those are the drills for the nerve glides. Next, we'll move on to the mobilization drills. These are for motor control of various joints. And the first one is for the hips. And you're going to be doing this in 4 positions. So you'll bend your knee, have a bent knee, right? And very important, the knee is bent and your foot is going to stay in line with your hip, with your knee throughout this hip circle, right? You're drawing a figure 8 with your knee, right? And you don't want your foot flapping around. So you're controlling this joint and the knee joint at the same time, as well as the ankle joint in this motion. You got to keep those still. Now, what you're going to check before you do this, you're going to rotate your hip out and you're going to rotate your hip in. And you're going to see which direction you have less mobility. The direction you have less mobility, you're going to place that hip in that position. So like for me, my external hip, I rotate my hip out and I will do all the circles, the figure 8s in that position. That's the front, then across the body, and you're doing it 5 times in each direction. Then I bring it out to the side and I draw the figure 8. Half of the figure 8 would be in front and half would be at the side, at the back. And then the last one, I bring it behind my body and I draw the figure 8, keeping my knee behind my other knee in front. It's never coming in the same line. So that's, you do 5 in each direction. The next one you're going to do is you're keeping your pelvis level and you're visually trying to push your heel into the floor. So you take your foot off the floor and you're trying to push your heel towards the floor, not moving your pelvis. It's like you're distracting, pulling the joint, trying to visualize pulling the joint out of the socket. And when you feel like you may have moved, you can then just rotate the joint in and out like that 5 times. And then the knee circles, the closed chain. So it looks like this. You're drawing a D with your knee, the circle. And so you're going to go in, you come around, keeping your foot flat on the floor, and then you lock out. You go around, and you lock out. So the circle looks like this. And then you go the other direction. Okay? That's the knee circle. Then you have the outside toe pull, which would look like this. So you can just see my feet, which is most important. You stay tall and Take your foot like that, roll it out to the side, and then so it looks like this. And you're going to try to push your ankle bone into the floor. It's just little pulses like that. 5 of them. Right? You do it on both sides. All of these things I'm showing you, you're going to do on both sides because you have replaced both knees. And the last one you want to do is called the ball of foot circles. So you'll be on the ball of your foot. So your heel is never touching the floor. And you stay on the ball of the foot as you do this circle. So think being on the ball of the foot and you're drawing an oval, a circle in the shape of an oval, staying on the ball of your foot as you go from your big toe to your little toe, and then you go the other way, the opposite direction. Do 5 in each direction. All right, and that is the motor control drills. And lastly, we're going to do the what we call the ACMs, assisted contractile mapping. So what we're doing here is taking specific muscles through a stretch and a contraction, moving all the bones where these muscles are attached. And the first one we're going to look at is the quads. So you know your quads are these are the muscles that run from this bony thing to your knee. The one's out here and out here. Now, the stretch would look like this. So if you're holding on to something, like say you hold on to this, you get into a lunge, right? You tuck your butt so you feel a stretch straight down, and from there, you drive your hip forward. You feel that stretch, you hold that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you would lift up your hip a little bit and lock your knee, pull your ankle up, and visualize pulling from your kneecap towards your hip and contracting all of these muscles. Now you will do this back and forth 6 times, holding for a count of 5. The first 2 times is to get an understanding of the movement and visualize moving the kneecap towards the hip and the stretching. The next 2 is to actually try to contract the entire length of the muscles. So you'll poke around to make sure there's no soft spots. And then the last 2 reps, you're going to try to contract as hard as you could, starting with about 70% effort. As you get better, you could move it up to 90 to 100%. But for now, 70% would work. The next one is the hamstrings. Well, we have 3 hamstring muscles. So to stretch those muscles, you would lift up your leg, lock your knee, right? And your pelvis, you would pull the pelvis. This is taking the pelvis posteriorly, doing this, and this is doing it anteriorly. So you up here, lock your knee, bring the pelvis anteriorly. It's just pulling it, bringing this front part down. And one set of hamstrings, when you get into this position, when you rotate, you'll feel it out here. When you rotate in, you'll get the stretch of the medial hamstrings, right? And the contraction would be you bend the knee, take the hip back so your knee is going back into knee extension, bend the knee as much as you could, and then you tuck. While bending the knee, you can try to rotate the bone below your knee out or in. So this is how it will look when I rotate it in, and that's how it looks when I rotate it out. Or you just bring the knee up. For now, I don't mind if you're just doing this, tuck your tail so you're engaging the knee. And the same thing goes again, those 6 reps. Now, you have the glute muscles and the gluteus maximus, for example. It has two, you have the upper fibers up here and the lower fibers here. So to stretch the upper fibers, you would lift up, you internally rotate your hips so it would look like this, and you would be taking your knee across your body, and that would stretch the upper fibers. Then to contract it, you would go from there, rotate the hip out, lock the knee, take the leg away from the body, keep your knees locked, and tuck your tail. So it would be this. Keeping your knees locked, and that would be contracting the upper fibers. The lower fibers would be like this. Again, you internally rotate the hip to stretch them. You'll be taking the knee away from the body, right? And then to contract it, you lock the knee, rotate the hip out, take the hip back, so the right leg is across the body, and you keep this square, and you tuck, and you'll feel the contraction, the lower part of your butt right there. And again, those 6 reps is what you're going to do. And then finally, in terms of the contraction of the ACM, you're going to do your feet. Going over these, the toe, the big toe. Your goal is to pull the big toe up and in, so you can help it. For starters, pull it up and in, then push it down and out. The muscle is right on the ear, your arch. When you push it down and you're trying to move the big toe away, you'll feel that under there. And again, the 6 times. Then you're going to do the same thing with the little toe. You may need to help the little toe. Bring the little toe up and in, and then push the little toe down and out, and you'll feel it right along here, because you can see that vein popping up. That's it. And you do that on both feet. And that would be for your feet. There are a couple things here I would like to show you that will be progressions, which I will and the first one I would like you to do which is you will what we call an A skip. Use this for sprinters and everything. So you're going to pull the ankle up. You keep that kick, pull the ankle and the toes up. And what you're going to do, you bring in your calf towards your hamstring, and then you hit with the ball of your foot. Bring it up. Right? And then the other version of it is up. Bring it in, the knee towards, keeping this square, and those two you can do along with learning how to land. So the key with this one, you need to hold on to begin with, that's fine. As you get better, this is how you do it without. You go up on the ball of your foot. So you're up on the ball of the foot, and when you come down, go up, learning to land. Right? And the last one, you can probably do this on your bed. But now, if you can do it, so the height of wherever you're doing it, you would do something like this. You're falling forward, catch yourself. So you can do it at the level of your bed. And those are, and you can, each one of these, you could start off with 5 reps and work your way up, increase the reps. Those are your exercises.